Tea started during a school lockdown drill, the kind we'd done a dozen times before. The announcement crackled overhead. "This is a lockdown. This is not a drill." Everyone froze. My teacher rushed to lock the door, and we all huddled against the wall, lights off, blinds shut. First, I thought it was another false alarm, but then I heard it. Footsteps in the hall. Slow, heavy, too heavy for a teacher or principal. Someone whispered, "Who is that?" The footsteps stopped. Then, the scratching began. Started at one door, then another, like nails dragging across the lockers outside. Scrape, 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 moving closer. Everyone was shaking, holding their breath. Then my phone buzzed. A text. Unknown number. "Don't open the last locker." My blood ran cold. I wanted to ignore it, but I couldn't stop staring at the row of lockers through the thin crack in the blinds. One at the very end had a faint red glow leaking from its edges. Another text. "It's you in there." Before I could process, the scratching stopped. The hallway went dead silent. I thought maybe it was over. Then the sound came again. Bang, bang, bang. Slamming from inside the glowing locker. Everyone looked at me wide-eyed, as if they knew it was calling for me. And then, it opened. The door creaked and a figure stepped out. At first, I thought it was some masked intruder. But no, my heart nearly stopped. It was me. Same face, same clothes, same terrified expression. The other me stared at me through the window, lips curling into a grin. And then, the intercom crackled alive once more. "Attention, do not trust yourself." The intercom's words echoed in the dark classroom. "Do not trust yourself." Everyone turned to look at me. Even in the dim light, I could feel their stares burning into my skin. My double outside the window tilted its head, grinning wider, pressing its palm against the glass. "Don't move," my teacher whispered. "Stay quiet." But the other me mouthed something. 3 words. "Let me in." I shook my head, but my classmates were starting to panic. A girl whispered, "Why does it look just like you?" Another muttered, "This isn't normal. This isn't human." My phone buzzed again. Same unknown number. "If you stay, they all die." I wanted to throw it away, but another message appeared instantly. "If you leave, only you die." The glass shivered as the other me slammed its hand against it. My teacher gestured for silence, but the thing outside wasn't trying to get in. It was waiting, watching me. Then the hallway lights flickered. For a split second, the reflection in the glass wasn't just one of me. It was dozens. A whole line of versions of me, each one slightly wrong. One with black, empty eyes. One grinning too wide. One with skin that looked stretched and gray. And all of them were staring at me. The intercom buzzed again. "Student 7B14, report to the last locker." That was my locker number. I froze. No one else's number was called. Just mine. My teacher whispered, "Don't go." But when I looked back at her, her face flickered, like a glitching screen. For half a second, it wasn't her at all. It was me again, staring with that same empty grin. I stood up before I even realized I was moving. My legs felt like they weren't mine. I opened the classroom door. The hallway was pitch black, except for the faint red glow seeping from the locker. Each step echoed like a gunshot. My classmates whispered behind me, but it all faded. My ears were filled with a low hum, vibrating inside my skull. When I reached the locker, it swung open on its own. Inside was darkness, deeper than it should have been, like staring into a hole that went on forever. My phone buzzed again. "Step inside. Replace what came before." Behind me, the doubles began to move. Hundreds of footsteps filling the hallway. My classmates screamed as more versions of me poured out of every locker, every doorway, their faces twisted and wrong. And then, one of them grabbed me, my own hand, icy cold, yanking me forward. I fell. The darkness swallowed me whole. I expected to hit the floor, but I didn't. Instead, I landed back in my classroom seat. The lights were on. The drill was over. My classmates were laughing, packing their bags. Relief washed over me, until I noticed the phone in my hand. A new text glowed on the screen. "Good job. You're inside now." I froze. I looked around. Everyone was acting normal, but something was wrong. Their faces, their smiles, too wide, their eyes all on me. And when I glanced at the reflection in the window, it wasn't me anymore. It was the one that had pulled me into the locker, grinning, watching, waiting for the next drill.